If you're thinking about buying a home right now, listen up. I've got some important insights to give you about the current market conditions. Now keep in mind this video is filmed in July 2024. Now let's talk about the market. What's going on with the market? I'm sure you've read headlines that it's gonna crash or it's doing this or it's doing that. Let's talk about what's happening right now here in Indianapolis and the surrounding areas. So right now we have about 1.8 months supply currently on the market. That means if we listed no more homes as of today, it would take us 1.8 months to sell everything on the market. That tells you that we have very low inventory, okay? Typically anything under 6 months supply would be considered a seller's market. Anything over 6 months would be considered a buyer's market. So we are technically in a seller's market at the moment, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't buy a house. Let me explain. Because of the higher rates that we've seen over the past year or two as rates have gone up, a lot of buyers have backed out and have jumped out of the game and went to renting a house or whatever the case, okay? So the cool thing is, yes, it is a seller's market, but there's also very low demand right now. So that means sellers are only getting, a showing here, a showing there, an offer here, an offer there. They're no longer getting 10 offers, 20 offers like we were a couple of years ago. So what that means, as you're going to write an offer on your next property, that seller may be willing to work with you, whether you need help with maybe closing costs, or maybe the house needs some updating, or maybe you found some inspection repair items that need to be fixed before closing. Most sellers are now willing to cooperate and work with buyers to make sure they get their home sold. Now, number two, let's talk about those interest rates. Now, rates today, as of July 2024, are at the very high sixes, low sevens. So like 6.75, 7.25, somewhere in that range. It all depends on the house, all depends on the buyer. Now, trying to time the market is almost impossible. So what does that mean? Waiting for the rates to drop at the right time or waiting for the price to drop at the right time, because you could miss out on a great opportunity. So what I've been telling people for the past however many years, obviously don't dictate your move based on the market, on the rates, and so on. Dictate it on your lifestyle and what's going on in your current life. Are you in a home right now that is just too small and your family's growing? Do you need to downsize? Is your house too much to maintain? Did you just relocate here? Do you have a new job? Or is your lease up? Things that are forcing you to go make a decision to want to move, okay? Once you've determined that, yes, I need to make a move and I need to do this as quickly as possible or as easy as possible, now you need to start looking at, okay, now what can I afford? And what does this rate mean for me? Of course, the goal for everyone here would be rates drop at some point so you could buy a house now and refinance later. However, we do not have a crystal ball. We do not know if and when that's going to happen. What I can tell you is if you lock in that 6.75 rate today and you buy a house today, if the rates go up, well, great, we are locked in at this lower rate now because the rates are up here. If the rates go down, well, now we can determine if we need to refinance or not. So I say buying a home right now shouldn't depend on all those things. It really should be dependent upon your current living situation now, and then factor those things in to figure out what you can afford and what the best move is for you. If you have any questions, talk to your agent. We'd be happy to help, and we're so excited to help you with this journey right now.